Now, TK, the big game of the week, the CBS game, the 3:30 game, one that everybody will be looking at. That's the Georgia Bulldogs heading over to Auburn, the Deep South's oldest rivalry over there that Georgia has dominated here lately. Georgia's a 14.5-point favorite in this one. That's the largest, I think, favorite anybody's been since 2010 in this game. It's usually a very exciting, very tight ball game. But my simple question to you, TK, is will Auburn score in this game?
Oh, man, I think it's going to be a struggle. I think 14.5 points is
no, I mean, will they score, period?
Kind of wild.
Will they put up more than 0?
You know what? I'm not even going to disrespect my guys like that because I said that Arkansas was going to score 14 or 17 on them.
I know you got some love for Mike Bobo over there.
I do love you, Coach Bobo. I love you to death. But no, I can't. No, man, our defense is going to bottle Tank Bigsby up. I don't foresee Lamar Jackson Jr. snapping off Bo Nix, going off like he did last week. Man, he was literally doing some special things last week. But we've got guys that get to the ball, bro. We've got guys that again walk O-lineman back into your lap and put you in situations to where you're holding on to the ball and making bad decisions. So I think it's gonna be tough, for real. They'll probably get on the board, yes, but I think it's gonna be tough.
Auburn's rushing for 238 yards per game right now, TK. They won't even get half of that in this ball game, I predict, because Bo Nix will get sacked several times in this game. He's going to try to extend plays. He's going to try to run around. And
we tackle better than
this isn't that LSU defense that he's facing. LSU's defense is in shambles right now. They're losing contain. Their fundamentals on tackling are horrendous. If LSU goes up and lays an egg in Lexington this week, as both you and I have picked in our Monday episode, LSU to lose to Kentucky by at least 10 points, then you could really start hearing the rumblings of Ed Orgeron being out of a job here soon. And just Georgia programs in a totally different trajectory right now. I know Tank Bigsby and Jarquez Hunter are tremendous running backs, but when you have an offensive line that is going to get blown up the way that they're going to get blown up against this Georgia front seven, the only chance I think Auburn has of maybe getting a score here or there is if Bo Nix, he is a tremendous athlete. If he's able to extend the play just long enough and somebody loses on protection, he's able to sling one downfield.
As great of an athlete as Bo Nix is, it's 7 dudes up front that are just as good.
Well, realistically, Jordan Davis is probably as close to as fast as Bo Nix.
Yeah, and that's scary, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's 360 pounds, and he can probably run in a straight line. He can probably run close to as fast as Bo Nix. I mean, at 4.8, you're talking about a 4.8 40 out of Jordan Davis. Is that fast? Bo Nix, but maybe a 4.7, 4.6 guy. I don't think he's much faster than that. But I do think that Auburn's defense could probably give Georgia maybe some trouble offensively early on. They play hard for Brian Harsin. We'll see how Stetson Bennett. I think it'll be Stetson Bennett again. I just think that Kirby Smart's not going to rush JT Daniels back with that lat injury. So I think Stetson Bennett. I think one thing you want to see out of this Georgia team is I don't think Auburn will be dropping 8 like Arkansas did. So I think you want to see Georgia take advantage of some one-on-one opportunities. Jermaine Burton down the field, maybe get a Kyrus Jackson healthy. Big O, worked. He was just dipping his toe into the water last week. Darnell Washington getting back into things. So now that you got 2 weeks of practice under your belt, TK, when you're coming back from an injury, that first game back, it's just kind of filling things out. But then, you got 2 weeks under your belt. He could really be thriving. And you talk about Darnell Washington and Brock Bowers kind of bookends at tight ends. That could be a big dynamic for Georgia going forward.
Yeah, I could see us using Big O obviously a lot more than we used him last week. And you said it, when you come back that first game, you kind of are testing the waters. seeing how things are out there. But he looked good. He looked comfortable, and hopefully he'll feel more comfortable moving forward. And yeah, I think rock steady. We rocking steady is a good idea, man. Let JT get healthy. Let him do his thing. Stetson is a leader. He's poised.
He's beat this Auburn team before. He beat them. They beat
Right.
them 27-6 last year with
and he's done this before. So to that point, he doesn't have to do anything other than what he's already done, and that's be him.
Yeah, how bad do you think the score is? I'm definitely taking the over on this one. The over under is 45. Georgia, I think their defense they may score 14 points in this game. Who knows how that goes? But we'll see what happens there. But I like the over. What do you think? What do you think the final score is? Georgia and Auburn.
You know, they have a really good corner, McCrary out there, Smoke Monday out there. You talked about that matchup. I'm intrigued to see that. I think we can score some points on them. So I'm gonna go Georgia 42. Auburn Tigers 7.
42-7, just a beat down. So he is taking the over, but he's not getting much help with Auburn out of that one. You know what? I say take the over on it, but now that I think about it, Auburn really may not score in this game. So I don't know if Georgia's going to put up 45. So actually, I'm gonna switch my as I've just kind of been talking to myself here. I say
42.
Auburn may not score in this game. So you know, I'm gonna take that Georgia defense. You know, there's an old saying out there, TK, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, right? And Georgia's defense has shown us who they are. I believe in this Georgia defense. I think it's the best in the country. I'm going to say they go over to the Plains, and I'm going to pick them to get a third straight SEC shutout over here and beat. I am going to take the under, but I'm going to take Georgia to defeat Auburn a solid 28-0 over there. I think just a clean game. Georgia runs the football again, leans on them, gets a turnover here and there, and it's over before it's said and done. I think Brian Harsin and then we'll do the best chance. You know, Bobo, he's gonna milk that clock. He ain't gonna go a Lane Kiffin over there and try to compound mistakes and make it worse over there like he did against Alabama this past week. So that is what I think is gonna happen here between Georgia and Auburn.